I was totally going to recreate Geralt's bathtub scene from the new Witcher trailer, but then I remembered that my titties are not allowed online, so this is what you're getting. I just wanted to talk about the new Witcher trailer and to get into some of the reactions that I've already seen online from people who are not fans of the books or the games, and some of them aren't even fans of Henry Cavill. But many of them are comparing The Witcher already to Game of Thrones, just because, I don't know, it kind of has the same general vibe, but it's like comparing, I don't know, apples to oranges. Like they're both fruit, but that's where the similarities end. Um, I really don't want The Witcher to be a replacement for Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones was a show that I made a conscious decision to avoid. And it got so big and so annoying that I couldn't go to the loo in McDonald's without Jon Snow staring at me while I sat on the plastic throne. Sorry, too graphic. I know for sure that The Witcher is not going to be Game of Thrones, and I think it's kind of unfair to pigeonhole it as a replacement for Game of Thrones, because it's a wholly different vibe. There's more fantasy, there's a lot more of a fairy tale element, there's a lot more magic and monsters, stories that a lot of Western people have not yet been confronted with. And, you know, Central and Eastern European folklore that is very rich and very different from what we're used to consuming in various forms in the media we've been getting so far. And that's a good thing. As an aside, I'm really, really sad that my best friend doesn't want to see anything pertaining to The Witcher because she's not into Henry Cavill, and she has told me not to mention it to her, which is kind of sad because asking a friend to edit themselves around you is pretty sad, especially because, like, I kind of understand her as well. And I used to say that to my friends who wanted to talk to me about Game of Thrones, because I told them, hey, I know that you get excited for the graphic and gory scenes, but I don't. They stay with me even if you just tell me what happened. This is going to stay with me for my entire life. So please don't tell me. And they would still tell me that they liked this and that actor's performance, that they saw a dragon that was nicely rendered, or some detail from the show, but they wouldn't mention the stuff that bothered me. But the rest was fair game. So I wish I could talk to my best friend about it, but other than that, it's going to be really, really nice, and it's going to be a great experience because I've already read the books, and I know that it won't be exactly like the stuff I have in my head, which is totally fine because same story could be read by two people and they're gonna get totally different impressions of it, and they're gonna picture it differently. But I also know that from the trailer, the people who have worked on this series have done an incredibly good job. Credit where credit is due. I know that people love to always say, wow, Henry Cavill got in such great shape for this show. He looks massive. He looks like a beast, whatever. Yes, but what I was more impressed by was the way he moved during the fight scenes. He made it look like contemporary dance. It was so elegant, it looked so effortless, and that is impressive. That's impressive and deserves a lot more praise and attention than, wow, he's big. He also has an understanding of Geralt that I respect. He's dedicated so much of his personal time reading the books, playing the games, just falling in love with that world way before it became a certainty that he would get the role and that he would be a part of The Witcher. I'm really pumped for the series, and what I don't have much of is patience. The only thing I didn't like about the trailer was that it lit an immense fire under my arse, and now I want to see it right away because it looks so incredibly promising, and I really, really want to get excited and enjoy something a lot. Again, something fantasy-like, something that is nice and fresh and well made, and something where I don't have to cringe about how the women on the show are treated. And a lot of the things that I've seen in the trailer are very well executed, and I've seen a lot of men complaining that oh, women are getting some attention and are being treated as cattle, like background decorations, which is lamentable. Guys, grow up. It's 2019. Women are people. I have the best hopes for this show, and while I'm very impatient, I'm also going to have to figure out something to do until December 20th, but at least it's going to be a nice ending to my year. Let me tell you, everyone predicted that 2019 is going to be the year where all the good shit happens. It has failed to happen. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's brewing, maybe it's just on the verge of happening, but I'm not feeling it yet. So at least on the escapism front, I want to have something that is a really, really nice payoff and a really, really nice ending to a rather shitty year. So yeah, I'm really pumped for The Witcher. I can't wait for it to drop. How are you feeling about it? Did you see the trailer? What did you think? Comment down below